Hey, welcome back to my series, 30 Days to Financial Freedom. This is day 2. So if you missed day 1, go back and watch it. My name is Andrea Goddessa. I am here to share with you what I did on my financial journey to go from extreme financial debt to financial freedom. Financial freedom meaning I'm able to do whatever I want throughout my day. I don't use money as a limitation. I choose to do what I want and I choose what I deserve because I have the freedom to do so. And so these tips and tricks that I'm going to share with you are so that you can implement that into your life and live a life of abundance and freedom that you desire. Now, I'm not talking about doing. I'm not talking about going out and getting another job. I'm not talking about making, investments or a side hustle or a side gig or anything like that. I'm talking about reprogramming your money mindset. This is inner work. This is energy work. And because if you follow me, you know that you create your life through your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. And that is extremely powerful. When I realized that I had 100% control over my finances, my life completely changed. And I'm not talking about sometimes you go for a job and you don't have control over whether you get that job or not. You don't have control over, how your investments are doing. You don't necessarily have control over, things that happen in your life unexpectedly. But what you do have control over is your mind and your feelings and your beliefs. And that is what is going to create the life that you truly desire. And so the work that we do on this channel is reprogramming your money mindset in order to naturally bring money into your life. So when you believe that you have enough money and that you can afford it without doing anything else, your life starts to change in ways that you can't imagine. Money starts to come into your life in unexpected ways. And now my journey to financial freedom was about 2.5, probably more like 2 years. And during that time, I didn't have a job. In fact, I quit my job. And in quitting my job, was able to bring in large sums of money into my life to live off of. Now, that wasn't necessarily passive. Some of it was passive, and now I've learned to create passive income streams, and this is something that I will be talking about in another video. But simply having the ability to use your mind to pull in chunks of cash, and I'm telling you it works because I did it. So these tricks that I'm going to share with you will allow your mind to be reprogrammed around money and hence money to flow more freely into your life. So what I want to talk about on day 2 is when I was reprogramming my mind around money, one of the biggest things that I did was I stopped looking at my bank account and I stopped working off of a budget. And I know this sounds super counterintuitive, right? Because we've been taught to, in order to be, financially smart, financially intelligent, that we need to be informed about, the money that we have in our bank account and what kind of budget you're working with, etc. Now, most of the tips and tricks that I'm going to be sharing with you are outside of that box. Most of what we've learned in this lifetime, we need to unlearn because look where we are. We're forced into these jobs where you have to go to work to pay your bills, and that's not really where we want to be. So hear me out here on this one. When I stopped looking at my bank account and when I stopped looking at my budget, meaning I knew that I had this much money in my account, I knew I had this much money coming in, I knew I had X number of expenses every month, right? And so I had a certain amount of disposable income to go shopping, get coffee, go out with friends, etc. Right? So when I stopped kind of analyzing that, it gave my mind the opportunity to create a different story. Because we create our lives through our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, all of the work that we have to do is internal. Now, when you see a number every day in front of you to say, I have, $500 in my bank account. I have $1,000 of income each week, and I have call it $700 of expenses each week. And so you're seeing these hard and fast numbers. And when you see these numbers, you're training your mind to believe that's true. We have to have some sort of delusion here. So if you're not seeing, those hard, fast numbers every single month, every day, every week, however time you'd use to check your bank account and work with your budget, if you're not seeing those numbers, you're allowing your brain to say, okay, now I don't have expenses, right? Now we're going to start to reprogram and say, I don't have any expenses. And I have an unlimited amount of money coming into my life. We're kind of allowing you to break away from your existing reality and to step into a new, better reality that is going to serve your higher purpose. So what happened was I had, a mortgage, I had childcare, I had a big car payment that I couldn't really afford. I had credit card debt. I was just constantly overspending. I had a big wedding. And when I started doing this, I put my expenses on autopay, right? I knew that I had the income at that point to put my expenses on autopay, that things were, that were paid for already. And I could tell myself, I have no expenses. Okay, that's the reprogram. I don't have any expenses. And then when I started doing that, truly, it's just so incredible. It's a miracle. And things are going to happen differently for you than they do for me, right? Because all of our lives are different. The universe is going to rearrange itself, especially for you when you start to reprogram, and your situation is going to look a little different than mine. But what happened with me was that I moved and my living expenses went down. I ended up receiving child support because I had just broken up with my ex that paid for childcare. I had received a chunk of cash from the split with my ex, and so I bought a cheap car, so I no longer had a car payment. So do you see how this works in practicality? I'm not getting another job. I'm not making other investments. I'm rather telling myself that I don't have expenses and that I am financially free. And my life is just kind of going to move forward energetically in that way. So if you can, put your expenses on autopay. Trust that you have that amount of income coming in, because you know you do. And allow yourself to say, I have no expenses. I am financially free. This is going to just blow your mind the way your life is going to change. And let me know in the comments how this works for you. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm telling you, and this is going to do wonders for your mental emotional health. Okay, so you're not going to have to worry about what's coming in, what's going out. It's going to kind of free up your mind to live in a different reality. I hope you like this. Follow along, subscribe for more content. This is day 2 of day 30, Road to Financial Freedom. I hope to see you soon.